mistake in front of the jury about my reading of the video so that the jury doesn't get the impression I'm trying to hide something. Is that okay? Just to say that I've looked back over it and that I see where some of the seconds play out a little more slowly and then they speed up.
Right, as long as it's not testimonial.
You can say okay.
Or you can do that and withdraw your objection.
Portion of the objection.
Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we've resolved the matters that were before the court. Mr. Sheffield?
Yes, thank you, Judge. The issue I was having was my belief that we had two separate videos of the same time period. And going back and looking through our records, my confusion stemmed from portions of the video actually play with what appears to be in time. And then it speeds up and it eats up a bunch of time all at once. So I appreciate the opportunity to go back and look at it. It appears there is only one video, and it's quite a roller coaster of how the time plays. So to the extent that we thought there was two, I'll withdraw that objection. Still, though, the objection on being able to authenticate it by the owner of the video. Thank you, Judge.
That's what we'll rule.
Thank you. So with regard to State's Exhibit 115, we've tendered it into evidence, and you were able to review it. Is that correct?
Yes, I probably should on the record say it's admitted.
Thank you, Judge. So the exhibit states 115 having been tendered and admitted. Did you get a chance at the break to review it again, just briefly?
Yes, ma'am.
And does it have that jerkiness and that speeding up with the seconds?
Yes, it does.
And once again, how much is the timestamp off?
An hour and 5 minutes.
Okay. And was it your understanding that Mr. Olson was not home at the time of the homicide?
Correct.
And this is something he downloaded later?
Correct, yes, ma'am. After the request, he told me, yeah, it's already burning, and provided it.
Okay.
Later.
You spoke to him personally?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're the one who requested this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, the state will publish State's Exhibit 115, and for the record, we're going to do the relevant portions of this long video.
Make sure we get timestamps on the record.
Correct, yes. So for the record, State's Exhibit 115, the state will be starting this on the top where it says Channel 4 2020 0223, timestamp 02:07:55 p.m. Is that acceptable, Detective? ending at 2/16/30. All right, so Detective Marcy, we're going to go through and look at some things.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So first off, when we go back, starting again at 2:08:26. We have our timer moving very quickly. Now, this person who's walking up, at this point in time, now, who do you believe that to be?
Mr. Arbery.
Okay. And where's Mr. Arbery right now at 2:09:15?
He's standing in the front yard of 220 Satilla.
And where does he go?
Into the residence.
And is that the image that we saw where the camera angles down like this? The first couple of clips?
It may be, there's no timestamp on what Mr. English provided us. It's a reasonable association.
Stopping at 2:12:21. What is the jury looking at here?
If you look just above the colon between the 212, that is Mr. Albenze, the 911 caller walking into frame from his house.
All right, so this is the front porch at 219 Satilla Drive, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when you went to Mr. Albenze's house, where was his house?
If you go up the road there, the road turns left slightly. His house is in that turn.
Restarting the video. Now what's the jury looking at here? Stopping it at 2:12:49. In this area right up here.
That's Mr. Albenze calling 911.
And what do we have coming down the street here?
It's a car. I haven't gone and ID'd that car.
But we have a car coming down the street.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is 2:13:38. Starting again. And what happened there?
Mr. Arbery steps out of the front door off the porch and begins running north to the right on Satilla Shores towards 230 Satilla Drive, the McMichaels residence.
Okay. So now is that out of the Satilla Shores neighborhood? Or is that inside?
No, that goes further in.
And is that him continue to run down the street here at 2:13:54?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that also him right there?
Yes, ma'am.
2:14:09, is he out of view at this point?
Yes, ma'am.
What movement do we have up here right under the word view at 2:15:35?
So where the cursor was, as you mentioned below view, there's a white pickup truck pulling out. It's currently 2:15:35. At 2:15:03, you can see movement. Looks like two individuals leaving the residence, getting into that vehicle, and then they leave going the same direction Mr. Arbery did.
All right, so I'm going to back it up to, you said 2:15?
2:15:03.
All right, we're going to start this at 2:14:57.
You see the movement now coming from the house.
And had the truck pulled off at that point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long was it from the time Mr. Arbery cleared off the screen until there was movement at the house coming out?
He steps out of the front door and runs up Satilla Drive. The timestamp I have for him stepping.
And then we see the 911 caller coming back down the street, is that
Yes, ma'am.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to move it forward a little bit and show you one other thing. At 22120, what do we have here?
Georgia Power utility truck.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize, Judge. The cursor and mouse are not working, and I had them fix it at lunch, and it does not seem to have taken effect. So I'm going to try it again. So what do we have here at 22742?
Glenn County Fire EMS ambulance and a fire truck.
And starting at 23430, what do we have here?
The Georgia Power utility truck.
What's he doing?
And use the porta potty.
Where's the porta potty?
That's at 220 Satilla Drive.
220 Satilla Drive. So the Georgia Power guy gets out and uses the porta potty at 220 Satilla Drive, and what time is that?
Camera time is 2:35:33.
Where's Mr. Ahmad Arbery?
I'm trying to do the math in my head for the time difference. He's interacting with the defense in this case.
Okay.
He's not at the residence.
Did you see the fire trucks and EMS go by?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you saw him stop.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is Mr. Arbery lying dead at the time this guy steps onto the property at 220?
It's ridiculous. It's irrelevant. It's the purpose of asking if he's dead at the time somebody's urinating in a porta potty. That's ridiculous.
Your Honor, this is beyond pale.
It's irrelevant.
The relevance is that people stopped and got onto this property at 220, all kinds of people. And this man, who's a Georgia Power employee, stopped to use this porta potty. And all kinds of people come onto this property, and Mr. Arbery's dead because he's going on this property. That's the relevance of this evidence.
That's a closing argument.
We'd ask the court to instruct the jury to disregard all of that.
I'm sustaining the objection. Let's go ahead and move on.
Yes, Judge. That was at the end of the video provided by Mr. Olson to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So now, direct your attention to State's Exhibit 133, the videos provided by Diego Perez to Officer Adam Jackson. Were you also shown those particular videos?
I recall seeing at least one of the videos during the same time we were doing the film downloads. The thumb drive that was provided to officers out there was brought back to headquarters, and we played one video, at least one video of what was provided.
Okay, so I obviously got the date wrong. So you're talking about the phone downloads that you're doing after the interview with Greg McMichael on February 23rd, 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're still at the headquarters when the Diego Perez jump drive is brought to headquarters?
Yes, ma'am.
And while you're doing the phone download, you got to watch at least one of those videos?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And have you seen the full 10-minute long video that is now State's Exhibit 133?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it fair and accurate and in conjunction with what you had seen on the evening of the 23rd of February?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I believe this is a joint exhibit, is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, this time the state would tender into evidence State's Exhibit 133.
Motion is without objection.
That's correct.
No.
Yeah, it's admitted.